Welcome to episode 175 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton. This week, joined by Dan Reamer. Oh, and I forgot to think of one of these. Matt Bowden.
Oh, okay.
I forgot.
He doesn't need one every week.
It's fine, dude.
Nah, I was trying to keep it going until you missed one, and then I was going to stop.
He doesn't need one every week.
I mean, we can start over, and I can just not be on this week.
His ego is bloated enough.
Wow.
I mean, but these are. I don't know that these are good things.
Peaches and you haven't said a bad one yet.
You know what I should have done? Sticking with like this week, I should have said the Sully to my Nate Drake.
It could have.
That would have been a good one.
Or
the Elena to your Nate Drake.
That's weird though.
Yeah, that one's odd.
Yeah,
though.
but I really like that Elena.
Yeah, but they're best bros. We could have kept like it would have been very
dude,
timely.
so are Nate and Elena. They're like real best friends.
Chloe.
Ooh.
I don't like Chloe.
If
I
Chloe
like
was
Chloe.
real, Dan would get a restraining order.
Yep. You're
Not on her,
correct.
but on him. Like she would get one on him.
She would get one on me.
Yeah.
And she is a badass treasure hunter who carries a gun. She would still need a restraining order.
Like I like Chloe, but it doesn't even come close to the way Dan feels about Chloe.
And I felt that way since Uncharted 2.
Right. I mean, I liked her back then, but you really liked her.
Yeah, I don't really get it.
Dan felt as if Nate he made the wrong choice.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
No doubt. I think part of it might be that she's voiced by Claudia Black, who I'm a fan of.
I don't feel like Chloe's a lifer.
Uh-huh. Not hearing anything
Like
to dissuade me yet.
she's a Saturday nighter.
Yeah, I just don't feel like you're gonna have some amazing times with her, but she's not marriage material.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yep.
Nate was looking for a fam.
I'm not here. He was. You think?
Yeah.
I think he needed to. Well, let's start this podcast. This video game podcast.
Obviously, we all bought Uncharted 4 this week.
Dan bought Nate Drake, the human.
I bought Uncharted 4. I don't know.
Right.
What you guys
We
got.
bought the game.
I have Nate.
So we played some other things that don't matter. We're just going to talk about Uncharted here at the beginning. That's all we're going to do. Don't freak out if you have not finished the story because it's going to be spoiler free. If I feel like there's spoilers, I will mute them out when we put this podcast up. We're not going to ruin anything for you.
You need to make a little noise. You need to make
Just a. This goes forever.
No, it's got to be something else talking.
What if I put Uncharted music?
Like
in
we
there?
need to pull a clip from somewhere where it's like, if a spoiler comes up, like you clip it out and you put in something where it's like, "Shut your mouth, motherfucker." You know, something
I'll
like
tell you
that.
what I would like is the noise when you die in multiplayer and one of your teammates is close when they're like, "Nay,
Nay.
That's what I like. Sully!
Oh my God, no!
Elena! It only happens when someone's close to you and you like fall or die or something. But it's real good.
Or in the single player, whoever you're running around with is like,
It always happens in single player when I fall to my death.
yeah. Oh my
Single
God, no!
Yeah. It's way over the top.
Nathan!
It's pretty good. I'd like to have that in there. But we're not going to spoil anything, so there's not going to be anything in there.
So you don't have to worry about it. Right.
Right. So Uncharted 4 came out. We all picked it up. Dan, you really couldn't wait for it.
I really couldn't wait for it to the point where I had it pre-ordered at the store, and I didn't want to wait till I had to close on Tuesday, and I didn't want to go. I couldn't wait to pick it up after work, then go home, then have it upload and everything. So I quickly pre-ordered it on the store right before midnight, so I could get up in the morning and play. I have gone and canceled my other pre-order.
Right.
So yeah,
GameStop's just got an extra copy of that thing floating around.
Oh, and the girl at GameStop too. They must be teaching them to be pushy.
Oh yeah.
Because I go in and I'm like,
are they acting like they only have the one?
No, I'm
like that. Like
no. I'm like, I need to cancel my pre-order of Uncharted. She goes, okay, well, can I ask you why?
Doesn't fucking matter, bitch.
You should have slapped your driver's license down.
And I said,
that's why.
Well, no, because I know how GameStop works, so I'm kind of understanding. And I'm like, well, no, because I couldn't wait. I had to pre-order it. I wasn't sure what my schedule was going to be, and I couldn't wait, so I pre-ordered it off the store and downloaded it.
Yeah.
she's like, okay, well, just to let you know, it'd be really great if you could put this pre-order towards something else. Otherwise, I'm starting out on -1 for the day because it was in the morning. And I'm like, yeah.
That's not how they're training them. That's just her being a piece of shit about it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to disclose your numbers to the customers.
Yeah. And I'm like, and I look at her and I go, yeah, I don't really care. I just don't want this Uncharted pre-order.
Not only do I not give a shit about GameStop, I don't give a shit about you.
When's the next time you work? Because I got a couple other things I'd like to cancel.
Right.
But now,
let me pre-order.
I mean, I won't go to that GameStop again now. I was walking out going, are you fucking kidding me? That really happened. She just tried to guilt me into pre-ordering something.
It works pretty,
right.
The one I shop at, which, we all know the manager, but even when he's not there, his staff, does not care. Because I went in there to pick mine up, and I was like, hey, I'm not getting that console. They're like, cool, you want to cancel it now?
Yeah.
And I was actually like, no, I'll wait. Because I usually try to let him take all the cancels for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that staff they're really quick to do a cancel for me. I think it's because I pre-order so much and I do cancel a lot.
Yeah. They understand that it's going to come.
Yeah.
Sooner or
because I'll
later.
pre-order 6 things and end up canceling one of them every time. Because I'm on the fence sometimes, but I like to lay the pre-order down so I get the bonus just in case I keep it.
Right.
Or I'll pre-order it somewhere and I won't get it when it comes out and I'll find it on sale. I had Ratchet & Clank pre-ordered, but ended up getting it from Best Buy later on.
Yeah.
I do that every now and then where I think I want it, and then I can't decide, and then I don't get it at launch, and then it goes, man, if you could just wait 2-3 weeks to buy every game that comes out, you could save so much money. But I just can't do it. Because everything goes on sale pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. Not all games, but sometimes.
Well, I mean, Uncharted's not going to go on sale, but most everything else, you can find it $10 cheaper. Yeah, with 3
I have a
weeks to come
question.
out.
I know this is off topic real quick, but since we're talking about pre-orders and games going on sale and all that, is anybody else interested? Are you guys interested in Homefront: Revolution?
I've seen the artwork for it, and it has a look, but I haven't seen anything about the game otherwise, and I didn't think the first Homefront was anything to write home about, so...
I'm not interested.
Yeah.
See, I had
think
fun.
so.
I had fun with the first Homefront. Was it an amazing game? No, but it was a fun game to play for me. All I did was play the single player, but I'm kind of curious about it, but I feel like I need to wait for reviews. Especially since I just bought Uncharted.
Redbox, I think.
I don't Redbox. I always forget to take it back, and I don't do it. I don't Redbox.
When I'm finished with Uncharted, I'm still trying to Redbox Quantum Break, because I know it's a game I can beat in 6 hours and be done with, and $1.50 seems like the right price for that, or $2.50 or whatever it is.
No, I either go out and buy it, or stream it, or download it. I don't do the rental thing anymore.
I won't do it with a game I really want to play, but a game like Quantum Break that I know I'm not going to play again, that's a one pop for me for 6 hours, that's the perfect kind of game for me to do it for.
Well, I guess. It's just not my... I don't do it anymore.
I also do it for games like if I'm not sure and there's not a demo or something out, I'll grab it like that, and if it's good, I'll go buy it.
Redbox is a weird area for me because oftentimes when I buy a game, I let it sit for 3 or 4 days before I ever put it in. It's not often that, like, when I go buy a game on the first day that I put it in that day and play also.
Oh, I always do.
It depends.
Uncharted is the first game in a long time for me to do that. Uncharted is also the first game that I have pre-ordered online and had delivered to my house on release date. I had a pretty good experience with that.
Yeah, I've done some of those, and I've not had a bad experience yet.
Yeah, well, I know Best Buy always gives you, and not a slight against Best Buy. It's a huge, it's a big box store, so I expect that, like, when it comes to pre-ordering games, sometimes you have a little bit of an issue. I've pre-ordered a couple of games there since I've been getting the gamers discount, and I've never had it go off without a hitch. But I thought this time, fuck it, I don't want to go anywhere. Send it to my house, and it worked just as easily.
Amazon's
and
great,
I didn't have
too.
to go to a Best Buy.
Yeah, Amazon's great too. They get it there same way,
Yeah, I didn't realize that if you pay for Prime, you got the same 20% discount on games that you get with Best Buy.
Ooh, I think we're getting ready to get Prime finally. So.
Yeah, so I think there's a good chance that when my Gamers Club thing runs up at Best Buy, I will become an Amazon shopper exclusively, because that's about 90% of my shopping right now, and then the other 10% is groceries at Kroger. If it will go all Amazon at some point, because Amazon started doing grocery delivery here and everything.
Oh, y'all have Fresh there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have the Amazon Go, where like they'll deliver it within an hour. If you need a car charger or something, they'll just, within an hour they'll be at your house. No matter what time of day.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's like
Oh, it is.
Postmates does that too.
Mm-hmm.
We probably don't have anything like that here yet.
Probably not.
Maybe you want to.
Yeah, it's.
But I've
I'll
really
have it
gotten,
before
I've really
you
gotten
have it.
more and more into Amazon too, and we've got some other stuff coming up. And the Prime rate is really pretty good considering everything you get with it. Yeah,
I just have the issue still that when I want something, I want to be able to go get it right then.
I have that issue some too, but there's a lot of stuff that I want that I don't worry about, that I'm not like that on. You know, a lot of stuff I can't find around here that I want.
Yeah, usually
so.
if it's something I really want, like I want to go get it, like right then.
Well,
I'll drive 45 minutes to get something that I could have shipped to my house.
Right, no, I understand that, and I'll do that too, depending on what it is. But there's so many things that I'm not like that about that Prime's worth it. Back to Uncharted.
Back to Uncharted. Uncharted 4, Thief's End. So we're gonna do spoiler free, but let's. Matt, you finished the game.
Yes, I finished last night, which is Saturday, just to be relative to time. Yeah, so.
And
Do you want me to go anywhere with that? It's spoiler free. I can't talk about
Overall
it.
experience.
yeah, just your experience. Yeah, I don't want any
Okay.
deets, but what did you think?
A solid 10 out of 10 game. It will be hard to find another game that I will vote for Game of the Year over this game. And this also, from start to finish, hit all the right notes for me. It had the right amount of cutscenes, the right amount of character development. It was a straightforward action game with puzzles and stealth. Like it did everything right. What it reminded me of is exactly what I wanted out of a Metal Gear game, but it was Uncharted. So Uncharted's the kind of game that I like to play. It's linear. There's no exploration. I don't have to build a fucking house. I don't need to go collect orbs. I don't have to go mine copper to build weapon upgrades. You just play the game. I really like that game. It was a great no frills, just top notch action game. It was good.
All right, now Dan, you're about a little over halfway.
I don't know if I am or not.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you're a little over halfway.
Oh, okay.
What are your thoughts so far?
I'm right there with Matt. It's an amazing game. It looks phenomenal. You guys know, and the listeners know, that I am big on the emotional and character, the emotions and characters of a story, and this game has it on top of, the action and the ingenuity and the puzzles and all that, and it looks phenomenal. I'm having so much fun with this. I don't want it to end. I know it has to. I am completely always wanting to just play the single player story. That's like what's in the back of my head. All of that. That's what I'm thinking of when I'm doing something else. Right now, I'm thinking I want to be playing Uncharted.
Right.
And I have a good time with the multiplayer too. I suck at it, but it's fun.
So, and I think we all experienced that with Uncharted 3 too. The multiplayer is for a game that is very much about single player and the story. The multiplayer is really good.
I enjoy the multiplayer.
As more people start to play it and the ranks kind of get fleshed out and the balancing kind of improves a little bit, I think that game is going to be one that we play for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially as new
I see
modes
that.
come up.
Yeah.
What, Matt?
Yeah.
What, Matt?
Oh, yeah. I was agreeing. There are things that I miss from previous Uncharted games when it comes to the multiplayer, like the ability to play against bots. Like I think we had a lot of fun with Uncharted 3 with the bots. I don't think the levels are designed as well in multiplayer.
I'm thinking, and we're still early, so it is hard to say. I'm thinking we just haven't figured the maps out yet.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but I mean, I get that.
I've only played 5 or 6 times each. Like, I haven't started to understand the little nuances of each map and what strategy works best.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but the maps in Uncharted 3, like the airport hangar, that was easily one of the best maps in the game. It had that big flat rooftop, and then you could, right. there were all those little areas to it. These maps seem a lot more concise. There's not these big battlegrounds in the maps. There's one big battleground in the map and then a circle around it usually. I miss the kind of changing battlegrounds that Uncharted 3 had. This feels a lot more like Uncharted 2 to me in the multiplayer, as far as levels and maps go. I also find it very weird. There's no leveling system at all in multiplayer.
Just your rank in your ranked deathmatch.
I'll tell you one thing I do wish they incorporated into the multiplayer that I think would be an amazing addition, would be the tall grass stealth.
Oh wow, yeah. But then you're starting to get into like The Last of Us, I think.
Okay.
And people would just pop grenades into the tall grass every time they walk past it, or you wouldn't be able to walk through there without hitting a mine or
if
C4.
No one's there, it's wasted, and they have to wait for it to recharge.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see new maps. I mean, part of the season pass is one story, expansion and 2 multiplayer.
Whatever
packs. So yeah, whatever they have you. So
supposed to get the co-op mode too. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how that'll be. I'm only on chapter 7 of that game, so I'm not super deep. I'm not nearly as deep as you guys are, but I'm taking my time, and I really it's what I wanted. But it is different than the other Uncharted's. You can very much tell that it has a different tone.
Yeah, it's much more. It's much more.
Nate's not as like goofy.
No, he's
stereotypical not. Adventure video game guy.
No, he's not. He's not cracking all the wisecracks like he did and all that.
He's way more of a person.
He's like matured, I guess.
And like we talked about this a little before we started recording, but you feel the emotions that these characters have.
You see them on the faces. That's how good the production is, and the design and the graphics are in this game. Is that if this game didn't have any words, you would still be the characters would still be able to convey what they're trying to get across, just with the looks on their face.
And I can't figure out like how Naughty Dog is so much better at this than everybody else.
I know. I mean, their eyes look like eyes. Their teeth look like teeth.
It's the entire package, like
except for Sam's. Sam's teeth are a little off.
But
15 years in a Mexican prison, that'll do it to you, right?
Yeah, like the mechanics aren't the best that you'll play in any game. The storytelling's not the best. I mean, but together, it is by far the best.
Yeah, it's
like the way they assemble their total package, and it's so cohesive, and everything fits. And I would say graphically, this is the best game on PS4.
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt in my mind that this is the best looking game I've ever played.
But the gunplay's still a little loose, I think. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
I've had little glitches happen. But I mean, this game is just hands down on a different level than other games coming out. Like I loved Infamous.
You can nitpick.
It's not even in the same zip code as this game, though.
Yeah, no.
To me, Uncharted, and this isn't going to be much of a comparison, but this is in the same kind of, like, it's, if you were to, like, rank games of, like, greatest of all time, Uncharted 4 is up there with The Last of Us, and Metal Gear Solid 1, and those epic story games that really, like, when they came out, were pushing some kind of boundary in what you could do with gameplay and or storytelling, right? Metal Gear 1 was like one of the first to do cutscenes in the game engine. The Last of Us is the first game I can think of where what we're talking about happened in a game, right? Like L.A. Noire tried to do the emotions conveyed through the character's face so that you could tell if somebody was lying or whatever. L.A. Noire was a bullshit game. The Last of Us was the first game that did that for me. Where, like, you really care about those characters Not because the dialogue told you had to, but because you could read their person while during the cutscene or during the game. And Uncharted 4 is just like the next step of that. And
it's just Naughty Dog just on a different level. I mean,
They are.
Really are.
There's probably 5 to 10 video game development studios, and I think Naughty Dog's up there.
I will tell you,
like the ones that everybody should aspire to be.
I will tell you one thing I am worried about, because it's happened with all the Uncharted games, is I'm afraid it's going to end on some crazy out of nowhere note. And I don't want that to happen.
You're talking Supernatural.
Yeah. For those of you that haven't played Uncharted before. I mean, I get a little bit of the mystical stuff. I get that, but like in the first one, when all of a sudden the fucking demon monkeys are running around, or was that the second one? Whichever one it was.
That's the second one.
But those little demon monkeys are running all around. Oh, no, because it was a Yeti in the first one, right?
No, I think we got them backwards. The demon monkeys were the first one, and the Yetis were the second one, because the Yetis turned out to be like dudes in suits, but then there were actual Yetis later on.
Yeah, something.
And then you had the blue suit guys, the avatars.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm deathly afraid that this fucking out of nowhere shit is going to happen again. And the story just seems too personal for that to have a place, and I'm afraid they're going to jump the shark with it. And
I would love to confirm or deny anything for you, but yeah, I think it might.
Don't.
I think it might
Anything
excite
you say
or disappoint you in the wrong way. Yeah, like I think no matter what the answer is to what you're wondering, will change how you perceive the game. So it's better to just kind of find that on your own.
No, I believe that.
I mean, this game is, you can tell the influences from the other Uncharteds are there, and Amy Hennig's story is there, but this game is very much Neil and Bruce's game, and you can feel that from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the tone is way more Last of Us than Uncharted.
Yes, and that's what makes it feel like Neil and Bruce's story instead of Amy Hennig's story, is that it's very, very like The Last of Us.
Like, it's personal. It's less about the, hey, go find this treasure Indiana Jones style, and so much more about who these people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool
and it's cool in a game, with 10 years. Like, you care about these people. So it's neat to see that, like, really them to become who they are. And
what's nice is that with the Uncharted, what they've done with the Uncharted formula in this game, because this is the, if you take the Golden Compass into account, this is the 5th run for Nathan Drake on the Sony consoles. And
Golden Abyss,
that's what it was. Sorry, I said Golden Compass.
Yeah.
Close.
That's a
movie, isn't it?
Yeah. The thing. What the fuck?
Some kind of chronicle or some other shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's that's not the point. The point is it's the 5th run for Nathan Drake on the Sony consoles, and what the developers have done is they have held dear to everything that made Uncharted what Uncharted is, and they've sprinkled in some new things, but not so much that it's suddenly unfamiliar and changes the face of what you know. They made just enough innovation to give you just enough of the go-ahead to want to use those innovations. It's not something, a lot of times you see this, it's they throw new things in the game and it's useless and you never use it because it's not what you're used to.
Right. Or they build a game around a crutch mechanic, like, oh, we got cover fire this year, and so the whole game is just cover fire.
And they don't do that. They haven't done that at all. They have found a perfect balance of the new things they've added with the old style, what you know. Uncomfortable silence. What's going on, guys?
Somebody took a drink of something. I was listening to it.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah, they did a they did a really good job of that also. Like that. Like you didn't have to learn anything to play the game.
No, because you already knew the mechanics.
Yeah, but you didn't have to. Like, I feel like anybody could pick this game up, having never played the other Uncharted games.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I would say don't do that though.
Me either.
Oh, 100%
don't.
But if you did, you're not missing anything. You're missing story and development. Like you miss like why are Elena and Nate connected, and why is Sully?
I think you really should play the others.
So here's something else I can say.
But if you don't, I don't think you miss anything.
And I think this is a huge testament to Naughty Dog with this game, for me personally, because playing this game is making me want to play the Uncharted collection.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all
like
three
to go
games
back and
I've already played.
Yeah,
but I know how they end. I know what happens in them, but they're making me want to pick up that collection and play those games again.
So I had the same kind of thought, and of course I'm not finished yet, but I thought it would be neat to finish this one and then grab the collection and then play all the way through and then play 4 again once I finish the other 3.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
But then reality set in, and I was like, oh, there's no fucking way I have time for that.
Yeah, that's like 2 months worth of game. But it would be cool just to have the collection.
Yeah, I
if
think
you
either
don't
way
already
I'm going
have
to get the collection.
Yeah, I mean, I have all of them on PS3, so I'll just go play them there. There's no reason to buy the collection.
Well,
but
they're very improved, especially
being
Uncharted
able
1.
Being able to, yeah, Uncharted 1's controls were terrible, but like being able to go back and replay those adventures that during Uncharted 4, like especially at the beginning.
Reference?
Yeah, they're referenced, and you get that, like, Nate gets that nostalgia, like, he starts thinking about them, and you're like, yeah, man, I remember that, too. Well, that was a really weird thing, like, the connection between the player and Nate.
And here's what's one of the things,
is there, too.
And one of the things that is amazing about the writing in it is, in Uncharted 4, is that they're giving you just enough to make you remember one of the other games, but it doesn't give out the specifics, so you can't necessarily. You're like, I got to go back and play that now because I can't remember.
Right. Well, I'll tell you now that like when you finish the game, you're gonna want to play them again. Like you're gonna want to play like Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 again. Like I got the same feeling that you guys are getting at several points in the game where the older stories are referenced. I'm like, man, I remember how fun this thing that they're talking about was. Like, I want to go play that story again. That was a good time. I'd like to enjoy that again. They did a really good job of like self-promotion within their own story too.
Yeah, I don't know. And the writing was done by Neil Druckmann and Josh Scherr.
Yeah, and
don't want to leave those out.
So here's the only thing in this game that it's not a negative. It's just something that I've noticed through playing. I know Troy Baker is Sam. I know he is. But Sam looks like Paul Blackthorne, and Troy Baker is doing a spot-on impression of Quentin Lance from Arrow.
That's funny.
All I can think this entire game is like that's Detective Lance. I think
really
Sam's one of the best character additions to Uncharted, right? Without giving anything away, for better or for worse, Sam and Rafe, those two characters are two of the best additions.
Well, see,
Rafe is easily the best villain ever.
Here's the thing, is I like Sam, but, and don't confirm or deny this, Matt.
Okay.
I feel like he's not telling 100% of the 60% of truth.
I feel like that's everybody's response, because when I talked to Matt earlier in the week, I was like, I don't fucking trust that guy. Like, I don't think anyone played Uncharted 4 and was like, I tell you, that's Sam. Reliable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're supposed to, but I don't think that I trust Nate either. Like, I trust Nate because the connection between is the player to Nate, right? But Nate's the same feeling that I get about Sam, right? Where I feel like I don't trust Sam as far as I can throw him. I feel like Elena has that same feeling about Nate.
I feel like,
and I feel like Sully is like
solid,
kind of the only one that's grounded and like doesn't trust anybody.
But I feel like Sully made all those mistakes early on.
Right, mm-hmm. Right. So he's just older and wiser.
Right, but I would say that just as far as I am, this game has done. They have wanted to make you feel that way about Nate. Like I feel like they show Nate in a light that he hasn't been shown in very much.
Right, Nate's not this awesome.
He's maybe
husband.
not.
He's not this perfect
great
guy,
of a guy that you thought he was. Right.
Yeah,
He's
like
got his demons like everybody
He has
else.
these great adventures, but at what cost has he had this life that he's led? You know, and Sully is kind of his like I don't know how to explain it.
But, I
like
mean,
to me, Sully is like the guy on his shoulder going, "Hey, you know, like
conscience?
maybe don't do what I did, and you know,
Right.
have this normal life."
I just think that it's really smart. You know, like you see somebody, you know, a pro athlete retire and they don't know what to do,
Right.
Yeah,
and the struggles that one would have in something like that. I just think this game does a great job, like making you feel who Nate is as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately for a lot of people, it's not exciting to see him that way, but I think it's super real.
Well, it's funny because
Yeah.
they did a good job with in the beginning of the game, and this isn't really a spoiler because everyone knows.
That's always going to be a spoiler when somebody says that.
Everyone knows how this story's. Anyone who's interested knows how this story's supposed to start. The Uncharted 4 story, but when you're playing the game, when you start playing the game in those first few chapters, you're not just like the character you're playing. You're not necessarily having fun. You're just kind of going through the motions.
yeah. There's a lot of exposition,
You know?
and then there's a lot of stuff where you're like, I understand this mechanic, but it's not like I'm not doing anything with it.
Right.
I would say
And,
that
you know, it's and I feel
the
like
beginning
that
of
was
that game
deliberate.
is definitely a teaching tool and also to set the mood.
Yeah, I think I agree with both of you. I think it's a hidden tutorial.
Yeah.
But I think more to Dan's point, I think it is very deliberate to
Yeah.
make you miss the adventure,
Right.
just
that
like
too.
Nate does.
Just like
They have
Yeah.
to set the tone so you can be like, this is not what I thought I was getting out of Uncharted.
Yeah. Not that, but it is what I thought I was going to get out of Uncharted.
Right.
Having seen how 3 ended, like I knew that Nate was going to be a homebody and have a day job. And
I'll just say Chapter 4 is extraordinary for me. I loved it. It was so real.
is that
and,
the auction
No.
or the?
4 is home.
Okay, yeah, 4 is one of the
so
best chapters.
real, and even, you know, I kind of have an idea of, you know, you can feel it start to the action starting to pace up.
Yep.
But I still don't know that there's going to be a better moment in this game than that for me, because that was like super, like it felt super real. Like
Yeah.
they felt like real people to me.
Yeah.
Right.
And
And they have a PS1, which is really cool.
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
You ruined that a little bit. You ruined a surprise for people.
That's not a surprise. There's nothing to ruin.
Did you know it was going to be there before it happened?
Yeah, I did.
No, you did not know it was going to be a PS1.
Yeah, I did, dude. There have been articles all month.
Well, I don't read that
say
shit, so I didn't
okay,
know.
well,
Yeah.
it's been headlines.
Son of a bitch.
If you don't
It's a
read that,
PS1.
you don't know.
Maybe you should just hard quit.
Probably will.
There's no backstory there for people, Dan.
I don't care. There is for me. Okay, Matt's
No,
you want backstory? Matt's a quitter. He pulls the plug out of his PS4 when he's no longer having fun playing a multiplayer game.
I don't think it's that drastic.
All right, I'll
but-
talk to you guys tomorrow. Boom, gone. Tell me
Yeah,
I'm
it
wrong.
wasn't-
Tell me I'm wrong, Ryan.
I mean, I didn't pull the plug on the system.
It was similar to that because I think we all thought you were going to finish the match and quit.
And all of a sudden,
no.
you said, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Yeah,
Gone.
I
And
mean,
you're-
we can
And you're gone. And we're like, what? I
we
think-
can only get wiped like less than 10 to 40 so many times before I'm having such a bad time that I want to quit the game before I hate the game. So
I guess other people feel that way because, to be fair, by the end of that match, it was just me and Ryan left.
right. Well, I mean,
Yeah, there was just 2 of us.
yeah.
But I'm hard-headed. I won't quit anything.
No, me either.
Right. Hey, I applaud you guys for that, but a loss is a loss, and if I'm not having fun, I'd rather not feel sour about a game that I do enjoy.
But I guess that's
by,
I don't
by
get
having
that,
a bad experience.
I don't
with
get that sour feeling because I just always remember, like, in 5 minutes this is completely over and we start over.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't get butthurt about it because I know it's almost over.
Yeah, I don't think I'm enjoying the multiplayer in this one as much as the last one. But you know, there's still a bunch of updates to come. They've
I haven't
patched
played
it
I haven't
already.
played
So.
enough really to decide where I feel about it, but it's
As I play it, I have fun. I can see that I wouldn't want to play it with strangers.
right.
I have
That
actually
I
have
do
a pretty
know.
good time playing with just random people.
Yeah, I feel
But-
like I probably won't be playing it much with strangers.
Me either. But
This is one of the few games that I feel like I've had a better time playing alone in a group of people that I don't know.
So why don't you just jump in chat and then play with strangers?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's
because you're not able to converse over strategy, you just have to do it.
Yeah, I think so. I think I just have to nobody's trying to like figure out the best way to do something. Nobody's trying to be the leader or whatever. I just either have to do my own thing or follow the other guys. Like there's no
in between. Okay, I get that.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Yeah. I think we all want to win so much when we're together that we spend a lot of time talking about how to win and getting shot.
I can see that. It don't bother me, though.
Yeah.
All right, that's a lot of Uncharted talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much to talk about this game. I can't wait until you guys have finished it, and I will throw it out that I think we should do a spoiler cast as soon as you guys finish.
Sure it's going to happen.
Yeah.
People get feelings hurt then.
As soon as you guys finish, and mostly that's to you if you'll hurry the fuck up with it.
Yeah, I'm not going to hurry up.
I mean, take it in, but play more than one chapter a night.
Not going to hurry it up. Play at my speed.
I guess Matt and I could do one.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, but Ryan's such an Uncharted fan, I think all three of us should be on there.
I'm not going to rush through it, though, to do a spoiler cast.
How soon do you think you'll be finished with this game?
I have no idea. Just play what feels right. Like when I'm... I mean, like yesterday, I got on multiplayer before I had to. Like I played the single player and then was ready to switch over because I don't want to. Because what'll happen if I don't monitor myself, I will blow all the way through it, and I'll be like, "Well, Uncharted was good. Never have one of those again." So I'm like really trying to just take it in a little bit at a time.
I think you may be over savoring the game.
Impossible for you to feel that way.
Not really.
For me.
I did this. I tried to do the same thing with Metal Gear 5. And
it's not Metal Gear, though.
Yeah, I know, but I understand that idea of like, hey, my favorite game's coming to a close. Like, let me take this in.
But the way I'm taking it in now is perfect for me.
Yeah,
like I love the way it is now. Like I want to play the whole game, but I like the idea that like I'm letting it happen. And playing multiplayer is making the story way easier too.
Right.
Like my gunplay is way better. But I just don't want to be done with it. Not that quick. Like I want to, because I played through some of the other ones so quick. I barely remember anything about them at this point. Like I remember the talking points that we bring up, but I don't remember like the story.
Yeah, but I mean,
and I think a lot of that has to do with how, me sitting down in marathon in 10 hours and being like, God damn, that was good, and then never going back to it. And I don't want to treat this like that.
I think this is a game that I'll probably go back to several times.
See, I probably won't.
I think I'm finding a happy medium between the two of you.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, the story's so good that I'm going to be able to replay this several times.
Yeah, I don't see me having the time to replay it several times.
It's like the other Uncharted's were fun and they had some good talking points, but they weren't quite as story focused as this one is. They were as personal, I guess.
Right, and that story is what makes me want to play.
And well, it does me too, but I'm also taking. Much like I would with something that is personal to me, I'm taking a little bit more time with it to take all these things in.
Yeah, I get that.
Like I just don't Jones like right now sitting here. I'm like I want to play Uncharted, but I don't know that necessarily means I want to go finish the story. Like it just means I want to be in that universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like to me, there were breaks in the story where I stopped playing because it made sense, but a lot of these chapters connect. Like you will finish a chapter unknowingly. You'll be in the middle of a map. You'll hit kind of what feels like a high point, like you're on your way to the end of the chapter, and you'll walk 2 steps and it'll like ping the next chapter.
Yeah.
But I think like you wouldn't want to take a week off, but I think certainly playing like 1 or 2 chapters a night, I think that's still reasonable. It's like watching a TV show.
And that's about what I'm doing, if that. Like last night I played 1 chapter.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are points like there, because like every Uncharted game, you travel the world a little bit. So as you go place to place, I think those are the points where I stopped.
I've also played around with camera mode a little bit.
Yeah, I did a lot of photo mode because the photos are incredible.
You can take some really good pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to upload those. I put them all on my PS4, but I need to actually. Thanks for reminding me, Dan. That photo mode's incredible.
All right, time to move on.
Yeah, let's go. We got so much news to cover.
A lot of these we can fly through, though.
Yeah.
So the first story, kind of a sad story.
Yeah, it is, actually.
Yeah, I guess.
Disney announced previous that they were going to ramp production down of anything they were publishing. Well, now they've announced that they are canceling Disney Infinity. And they will completely close down their game publishing division after that happens.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean your franchises are going to go away. They're going to license those out. You've already seen that start. With EA obviously doing all of the Star Wars stuff. But Infinity was one of those games that, like when it was announced, I was like, this is going to take over the world. Because the success of Skylanders and then the Disney franchise and the names and the power behind that. And those games are by far the best Toys to Life games.
Oh, yeah.
But is this,
Without a doubt.
Just because they stopped production on Disney Infinity, they closed their game publishing division. That doesn't mean Infinity is going to go away.
They said no new Infinity next year.
No new Infinity.
But I think Infinity is not doing so hot. Toys to Life is not doing well. More competitors join that market, and the pie doesn't get any bigger. So when Lego joined, it didn't bring any new players.
And Lego's going to win no matter what.
So
when
Lego
they join
took a
something.
piece of the pie a little bit, but there was no more pie. So that means other players started to lose. I mean, I think you're seeing it with Activision. Is Skylanders is not doing what it was doing before.
Right.
Yeah.
You've seen it with Rock Band. You've seen it with Guitar
it's
Hero.
not a new idea anymore, right?
The Tony Hawk games. It's the same.
But
this
Infinity is a good game. Those games are well put together.
Yeah, they're very good games.
And not to take away from Skylanders. Skylanders is not as good as Disney Infinity as far as gameplay goes. And I would say that the Lego games, you know exactly what you're getting at them. They're Lego games, but Infinity to me was a new idea.
Yeah. And I like Disney Infinity.
Yeah, they're good.
I have the board. I have like 6 characters.
So there are 2 final packs that will come out. They are the Alice.
Yep.
And Finding Dory.
And that's it.
Yep.
I thought it was quite sad to see how quickly retailers got rid of that stuff.
I mean, but it becomes a space issue.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I don't think that it's wrong. I mean, I think we've all been in retail, so we all kind of understand.
You display what sells, but when you have things that take up so much room, now you got Guitar Hero, Rock Band, and all the Toys to Life games, Infinity, the Amiibos, the Skylanders, the Lego
Dimensions.
What I mean, something has to give.
I mean, you ever walk through a Target?
Yeah.
Lego Dimensions, Skylanders, they take up like everything on that.
Toys R Us is the worst. Toys R Us down here has like an entire aisle of Toys to Life.
Toys R Us is bad too.
Well, really, it's like an aisle and a half between Skylanders too, because Skylanders got a whole section. Like, it's bad. It takes up so much room.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I haven't seen it. I'm just saying for something to close down that fast and for it to be gone that fast, I guess it's not that it's odd, it's just that it seems...
I think there's some missteps. Like, I think Skylanders got the toy part right. They had rare ones. They had hard-to-find ones. Everything wasn't just made in just giant mass production.
Right.
Yeah.
And that created the buzz around it, people talking about it, people trying to get it. And Disney Infinity went the opposite approach, making sure everything was super available.
Yep.
There was tons. Even the rare ones they had were everywhere.
Which gluts the market.
Yeah. They're not rare, they're just a variant, and they still made just as many of them. It just wasn't the same. And, then Amiibos came out in the same thing. Some Amiibos were hard to get, and people go crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Amiibos are an exception to the Toys to Life market because to me, Amiibos are a collectible. In my mind, Amiibos are more of a...
Sure, I mean, people collect all of them.
Yeah, but in my mind, they're more of a...
But they're a Toys to Life thing, even if you don't use them for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think of them as more of a...
But I think they've messed that up, too. They re-released these characters that were hard to find. And I think they have destroyed the collectability. They've destroyed the people who wanted to complete their sets because now it's easy. Like, it shouldn't be easy to get all of them.
Yeah.
Right. It needs to be. There needs to be the treasure hunt aspect to it.
The exclusive retailers and refreshing a Target page every 30 seconds trying to get Jigglypuff. Like, that's what makes Skyland or Amiibo special, and I think they're losing that now by trying to make them available. It's okay for everybody not to get everyone that they want.
Right.
Because that
Right,
keeps
or to have
people
to go on
talking about
eBay and
your
pay.
product.
Yeah.
That's how you keep your product in demand.
Right, so,
It's-
and Nintendo of all people understands this because they do it with every fucking thing that they make. So I can't figure out why they're abandoning this strategy now. Because I'll just tell you right now, there'll be a shortage on the NX.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. Whatever else they come up with.
That's just how Nintendo rolls. It's an unfortunate story. 300 people at Avalanche Studio, the makers of the developers of Disney Infinity, all lost their jobs.
Yeah, hopefully they're not displaced for too long, because, good people making good games are going to go to good studios, and they're going to work,
Yeah, and
So-
Insomniac immediately
They'll get a
reached out
chance to work.
everybody.
They'll be able to work on other games, no doubt.
And I think
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
I
they
mean,
should
you hate
at
to see
least,
them.
because
You
Disney
hate to
Infinity
have
was
anybody
not
have
a
to-
bad game.
Yeah. Like, you hate to hear that they're going through that stress, but they're gonna be fine. They're all gonna land on their feet. Nobody at that team was a slouch, or they wouldn't have been on that team. So
I almost wonder if maybe part of the problem with Disney Infinity, because as far as the building goes, the level building and stuff like that, it can get pretty complicated. I'm wondering if their target demographic
was older than they thought,
yeah,
or should have been older
should
than
have
they
been older
projected.
than they thought. Yeah.
So the gameplay matched a younger demographic.
Yes, but the other
toys,
aspects,
the looks matched a younger demographic, but the building was very much somebody your age, my age,
yes,
because it was very detailed and
very detailed and in some ways very complicated.
yeah, it was very not I wouldn't say Little Big Planet hard,
No,
but I would say closer to that than
but there was definitely a learning curve to it.
than a lot of these other level editors and things like that.
Yeah.
like it's not Mario Maker easy.
Right.
Because Mario Maker, I think, found that perfect sweet spot where...
And not to mention, by doing
a
that...
7-year-old can make it, but a 30-year-old can make a really hard one, whereas I don't feel like a 7-year-old can make a level.
Right. Which, to be honest, Disney Infinity really missed that, like 12 to 25 year range, which they're buying games, man.
Yeah, but I think it's... So a lot of people that age aren't going to think, it's going to be rad to have this Disney stuff in my room.
Right.
I don't think anybody has ever thought it's going to be rad. Not since about 1993.
Right.
Just
so if they're
by
not
the
feeling
way, but-
rad, they're going to go buy Lego, because Lego is rad.
Right.
Right. Well, Lego is collectible.
Lego's rad. Disney's collectible, maybe more so than just about anything.
Yeah, but I don't think Disney Infinity is as it. All right, so here's the thing with Disney Infinity: those characters only work with the Infinity game, right? And those characters, as cool as they are, and as collectible as they may be, the Lego stuff is interchangeable with other Legos, and those sets don't need that game to exist. So Lego collectors will go buy that stuff without ever owning that game.
Yeah, but I'll say the Lego Dimension stuff, those Lego builds are pretty lame.
Sure, but I mean, if you collect everything Lego, you're going to go buy
wanted
those.
everything. But if you wanted everything Disney, I assume you're probably buying those figures too.
Yeah, maybe, but they're probably on the bottom of the list.
But you're not buying the Lego Dimension stuff because it's a sweet looking set. Like it's sweet for Lego Dimensions, but those builds are not mind blowing. I think it's struggling too. I mean, I Best Buy had those things like half price last weekend.
Yeah. They're always on sale at Target, too.
Yeah, I think everybody's struggling. Toys to Life. It's just they do like everything. They take a good thing and they just fucking shove it down your throat until you don't want it anymore. And it'll have to go away now, and then it'll eventually come back
In some other form.
Yeah, hopefully in a way
form
that I
of a
care
bear.
about more.
Yeah.
Because I was a big early adopter of Toys to Life, but it has. I'm jaded now.
Well, I mean, you bought everything.
But so Lego has done a better job because Lego is supporting one game.
Right.
Yeah.
But Disney Infinity really screwed me or pissed me off when 2.0 came out. And they're like, all these new characters won't work on yours. And that's obviously something Skylanders has they've tried, like, hey, these last 2 games support 2 generations before that, but now nothing's going to support anything back farther than that. But LEGO so far has been really good about just everything is just an expansion on that original game.
Right.
But I'm sure they'll screw it up with LEGO Dimensions too. I just don't think you should always make sure all your stuff works. So, like, that's the one good thing Amiibos have done so far is if an Amiibo is, it works still if a game supports it.
Right.
So Mario Maker supports like every Amiibo that was made.
Yeah.
At time of launch, and that's incredible to me because it's weird to see the Splatoon kid in Mario. So I think it's smart on Nintendo's part to keep that alive, and they don't have value so much in the particular game you're playing, but they do have a lot of value when you look at the fact that they work in 20 games.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
But Splatoon is the exception because I'd say that's the only Amiibo that actually held value because it came with DLC. It's the only way to get those levels. That's a good game. I wish you guys played it.
Splatoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish that it wasn't exclusively on the Wii U. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be cool if it weren't.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the kind of game, though, that we could have... I think it's the kind of game we would have had a lot of fun together with.
I agree. I just am not interested in buying a Wii U.
Just for that game.
It didn't have voice chat,
Sounds like it didn't have fun.
But that's the thing, it did. It had that in buckets full.
I'm just teasing. I'm sure it was great. You know how I feel about the Wii U, dude.
I'm not saying you shouldn't feel that way about the Wii U. I'm saying it sucks for those 7 or 8 games that I truly had an amazing time with.
Yeah.
Like Lego City Undercover, my mind is still blown that game is everywhere. It's one of the best Lego games that exist, and like nobody's going to get to play it. And it was incredible. Maybe not your style, but definitely a lot of people who play Lego games would enjoy that game because it's full open world Lego.
Incredible. Yeah. It was incredible.
It was. It kind of gave me a semi.
No, I don't know. I'm just quoting you.
Right. But is that good?
Because I don't have a Wii U
to play it.
Is what good?
I said it was that good, and you're not going to get to play it. That's what's unfortunate.
Well, that's how life works. Just like everyone shouldn't get every fucking Amiibo they want.
Yeah, but you should be able to play a game on a system that is dead. When Nintendo is like, we understand no one's going to buy these. Like, at that point, there should be a way for people to get these games. At least the ones
I kind of get that.
Yeah, at least the ones that... So I understand why Splatoon's not going to go anywhere, but like the ones that don't have anything, that... I just think they could move some of those off. And they should move some of those off. Like your Bayonetta 2, your Lego City Undercover should definitely go. I have to stare at my most stuff is first party Nintendo, so I know it's not going to move off. But it's unfortunate these games aren't going to get played by more people because they're really good. Fucking Nintendo, though.
That's what they do.
Why don't you do this next story?
Sons of bitches.
Nintendo.
Dan, since you're the one here that cares about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, Matt's doing the one after this because he's the only one that cares about that one.
Okay, that's fair.
In fairness.
If you're a Destiny player, you know that it can sometimes be hard to find groups for some of the higher-end activities.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go through multiple third-party, looking for group sites, LFG, LFR, that kind of stuff. Most people have used them, so they're going to be familiar with what Bungie's trying to do. Basically, what they're looking for, and they're going to convert a recruitment tool into their app. And basically, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to go to the app. Groups are going to be plainly labeled, what platform they're on, what they want to do, requirements, how many open slots they have, and they've incorporated basically some of the a looking for a group app or a looking for a group forum into their app. You are still going to have to manually invite a person, but it's going to be much, much easier to find people. And this is probably with the exception of them finally just throwing in matchmaking on everything, this is probably the best solution that Bungie is going to have for this. I would expect to find people have been asking for this. I would expect to find a lot of people using this tool. They're going to be. I think it's coming out next week. Is that right? It's probably in here somewhere. Next week. Yeah, it's next week.
Yeah.
It's going to be coming out next week. So those of you that have been having trouble finding groups in Destiny, you've got another easier tool. Pretty much everyone I know has that companion app. You'll be able to use that looking for group forum right from that app. And then all you have to do is get manual invites, and you'll be set. So not exactly the perfect solution we were looking for, but it's definitely a step in the right direction.
I can't wrap my head around why this game doesn't have matchmaking.
It does have matchmaking, just not in the higher end modes.
Right, but I can't wrap my head
such
around
as
why.
Rage and such. Because if you've ever done a raid, they are much higher level. They're much more challenging, and I know why, but I don't. Let me explain why. They're much more challenging, and pretty much 98% of the time, they're going to require teamwork and strategy.
And it's crazy to assume that just because you're not friends, though, that you can't. Like, you're finding strangers to play with anyways.
Here's the thing. The problem is that's someone else making the decision on what's called for in the game I bought from them.
Yeah, but it's the same thing when you go on this third-party thing and find somebody. It's no different. They can still fuck it up for you.
But matchmaking. No, it is different. Matchmaking is just going to throw people together. This is going to list requirements. Looking for a 320 gear score or whatever it is. Looking for a 320 gear score. Running Oryx with black need a sniper with black spindle. Has to have.
You could
this
still
much
do it
armor.
that way, but why not give matchmaking to the people there who want to take a chance?
Yeah.
No, I understand that, and that's what I'm saying.
That never has to go away. There are tons. There are people right now who have Uncharted forums that are like
right. I was saying
together.
I was saying I agree with you. They should have matchmaking in all aspects. They should not get to decide what modes need what. You should be able to play those modes any way you want to.
And
with
you should
the other
decide
members.
what modes need what.
Right. Exactly. I agree with that.
It blows my mind that they refuse to just give people that option.
In the Division, you can play all the modes. Matchmaking. You can play the Incursion challenging on matchmaking.
And I guarantee you there's 10 websites that are all dedicated to getting together and playing the Division the right way. And that's how it needs to be, where those exist. But at the same time, you can just fucking jump in with strangers if that's your thing. And if it doesn't work out 10 times, then maybe you'll go to those those external third-party sites to realize you need the right help.
Right.
But yeah, I think this is them just trying to say we make the rules, and I don't like that.
Well, this is them trying to loosen the rules.
This is a half step.
It is a half step. Hopefully,
these sites already exist
too. Because my problem is it's an external solution. They need to just implement it. Hopefully, we'll see it in Destiny 2.
I won't.
I know you won't.
Yeah.
I meant we as the gaming community is what I meant.
But here's I do want to play Destiny, and I want to stream it out though.
Why? Because you're going to suck so bad, and I have
because I have it, and I would like to. I want to start from the beginning.
You are going to start.
I'd be willing to start a brand new character with you, Ron.
Yeah,
sure,
I want to do that.
I
want to do that and just stream it out and see how far we can go before I completely abandon that game.
I would guarantee you won't get past the first part where you have to play by yourself.
I'll play long enough to be able to play with you guys.
All right.
And then I want to see how long until I completely fucking take that game out.
Right. Let's do it today, dude. I got nothing to do.
Let's not get carried away. Okay, I still got Uncharted.
Right.
I'm talking about like a dead period where I've got nothing to play.
Right.
When I finish Uncharted, I'm going to play Ratchet and Clank.
Right.
So, you're a little ways out still.
Right.
But I do want to do that. I think it'll be fun. How many people? 4 people can roll together?
Up to 4.
Up to 4. So we need to get a 4th.
I
think Hoffenshow's
does G-Dog?
got it.
Yeah, I think Hoffenshow's got it.
Yeah.
G-Dog?
I'm not sure if Patman has it.
G-Dizzle?
I got a couple friends that have it, but they play. One of them in particular plays on a different level than the rest of us.
Yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who's that?
My friend Brian.
Oh, shit.
Like on a different level than everybody else.
Really?
Last time we talked, which this has been a long time, I think he had like 600 hours in that game.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Does he love his family?
And he still plays it all the time. Yeah, that's the thing. Like
I know a lot of
He's
people
still a
that
good
play
dad.
it all the time, yeah.
he exhausts himself after he finishes everything to still be able to play that game. Like he's still going between that and Uncharted right now.
That's crazy.
I know a lot of people that still play
Yeah.
Destiny, yeah.
I think he plays with the same group of dudes like every night and has since like launch. So I mean it is that kind of game. I understand that. So I'm interested to see if I can, because you know how much I hate first person shooters. How much playing with you guys can keep me from rage quitting that thing.
Right. We ready for this next story?
I know you
can't
are.
Wait.
I'm
I
not
can't
really.
wait for it.
Okay.
I've got all kinds of questions for you at the end of it, though.
Okay, all right. I like what this says. So, Metal Gear Solid 5 was the last Konami game that Hideo Kojima was going to work on, and then we all kind of got the tease in the announcement that Kojima Productions has broken away and has become its own development and publishing studio. So this week we got a little bit of an update. I'm sure we've all seen the logo, and if you haven't, you can go to the Kojima Productions website. It's like a skull with like a half moon in it. There's a Japanese gaming magazine called Famitsu that has reported after a brief chat with Hideo Kojima that there is a body to match the head. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it matters, but the logo itself is a tease for this character that is supposedly I guess a tease to a character in their next game. So some people have thought maybe this is a new Zone of the Enders game, which I don't know that Kojima owns that IP. So who knows? But as you know, with Kojima, it's all going to be a secret and a tease and trailers and all that shit for people to unlock and decode all the way up until the game's announcement. What has been announced, Kojima said that players who enjoyed games like Uncharted and The Division are going to be very interested in the game that he's coming out with, which excites me because that sounds like he's getting back to kind of his roots of gaming. The kind of linear story. The Division part scares me, but the Uncharted part really excites me. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Questions?
So we'll get back to this the logo in a second, but that's the first thing that startled me when I read this.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I love Uncharted, but I hated The Division.
Yeah, that's
so what on earth is this?
I can't imagine.
So third person, I assume. Safe to assume.
Right. Yeah.
A third
action
person
adventure RPG.
Yeah, it's a third person mech simulator.
I mean, that's the thing. The Division and Uncharted are not even
MMOs,
remotely close to the same game.
Yeah, but I think if you took
they're both third person
Uncharted,
but that's
think,
it.
Yeah, I hope that's not his comparison to Uncharted. Is that it's third person shooter?
What about someone's comparison to either game? Like, I hope that's pretty lame if it is.
But maybe the idea of a semi open world Uncharted game that is co-op all the way through, or something to that effect. I don't know. I really hope that the Division thing is just to throw people off. I really like Kojima's linear stories where he tells a very concise, developed story.
It's a very concise, developed story in The Division.
Yeah, but I don't like... I guess I like the gameplay to match it. I don't like that go out and do whatever you want to, and if you come back here every once in a while, we'll give you a piece of the story. I don't like that. I like what Uncharted does. Like, play to the end of this chapter, here's a cutscene. Play to the end of this chapter, here's a cutscene.
They're way more traditional.
Yes, that's I think Kojima does that well. So Metal Gear 5, I thought, was a huge failure in his storytelling because of trying to do open world. It doesn't work work in his stories. He has to really change, like, to dumb down the stories to make it work. So I'm curious to see what happens. I'm excited to see what game. My thought has always been that he's going to remake Snatcher, his old classic.
That'd be cool.
Back in the day. Yeah, because here's the thing. Ground Zeroes and Metal Gear 5 have both had Snatcher references in it. And it was reported back when he set up shop for Kojima Productions in Southern California like 5 years ago. Before they announced Metal Gear 5, it was reported that he would be working on a remake for the original Metal Gear from the NES and some other game from his early career he was going to update and either do a sequel or a remake of. And the only other real game is Snatcher. Because Zone of the Enders I wouldn't consider to be the early days of his career. So
Snatcher
I would love to see a new Snatcher game. Yeah. Anyway. Who knows? You never know with Kojima. It'll be nonsense and just cryptic shit all the way up until he releases whatever it is.
I'm confused by this logo thing. I assume it's not something that we already know about.
Yeah, I've never seen it in anything. I don't think he
retained any of those IPs.
Yeah. So it's got to be something new.
How are you selling a statue for something that we don't even? I mean, fools like you will buy it, and I get that more than anybody. But how is it going to get me excited if it's something I don't even know? That's what confuses me about all this. Because I'm like, what? How, is it something I know?
Yeah, I mean, I think
maybe things aren't as shitty as everyone thought between him and Kojima, or Konami.
Or Konami, yeah.
Maybe it is something you know.
I think that
this confuses me.
I hope it's a brand new IP. I hope it's something brand new that nobody's ever seen before.
Didn't they say in the Sony announcement that it was a brand new IP? Or did they just say that it was exclusive?
He had reported that his very first game from Kojima Productions would be a brand new IP that was something we'd never seen before.
What if he's taken over the Uncharted series?
That would be silly, and I don't see how this logo works. So,
what if that's Nate Drake in that mech suit?
Right, that makes sense. Okay. See, I don't see this as a mech suit. To me, this looks like a knight's armor. I had heard like reports. Yeah, this is like if you did like a cutaway of like a knight's helmet, right? You like bisected it. So the skull inside is the head, right? But the stuff around it, that's like the plate armor of the helmet. So I had heard that he was going to work on something that was in the vein of Uncharted meets Dead Souls or Dark Souls or Bloodborne. Your choice of a From Games title or a From Soft. Is it From
Software
Studio? From Software, yeah. So that had always been what I was expecting. Then when they throw this thing in here for Division, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. But if you look at the logo, there are things on there that are pretty distinctly like Kojima, like from Metal Gear and from Snatcher and from Zone of the Enders. Like it all has his same art style, where it has the little like production tags and where I don't know how to explain it, like where everything has like rivets and bolts and everything has the little like military style labels on everything. So I'm not sure. It'd be really cool if it was
steampunky.
I can't tell because I don't know exactly what it is. It would be great if it were like a spacesuit also.
Yeah, it's weird.
But I don't know what it is.
So I just don't understand. I don't understand why he thinks people will be excited about it unless there is a reason for us to be excited about it.
Maybe you have to explore Mars.
That would be cool. Anything will be cool as long as it's not what Metal Gear 5 was.
And colonize
then I've got mixed feelings about that too, because that is the best way to sell a game to me. Like Metal Gear 5, the only Metal Gear that I enjoyed.
I don't think Kojima games are for you. I don't think,
but I enjoyed that game. So like, he has the ability to make a game that I'll enjoy, and that's going to sell to the masses better.
But I don't think that game was his game. I think that's the game that Konami forced him to make.
So I think we'll know when this next game comes out if that was the game or not. Because there's no way he got right back in bed with somebody who was going to force him to make a game if that's truly what happened last time.
I think so. Yeah, I think
so. You'll know when the next one comes out if that was his vision or not. Because I think you'll feel that in this next game.
Yeah, I think looking at every other game the guy's ever made and ever had his hands in, this last one was Konami saying, hey, we need to make Metal Gear appealing to the masses, and here's how we're going to do it by making it open world. And he kind of said, this isn't exactly what I had in mind, and that's what he said, I'll make this game for you, and then I'm going to leave.
It wasn't just open world, though. It was like the FOB stuff, and like that game had a lot of hooks that I thought were really good.
The FOB thing is totally a Kojima thing.
Right, because
like that, you can tell that's him. Yeah, you can tell that, like, collecting enemies off the battlefield, and that, but the open world and the story, that is very distinctly not him.
But if you can check out from the story and not give a shit like I did, that game's pretty damn good.
Yeah, but it's just not Metal Gear.
Right.
It's not. It's a fantastic game.
Yeah, that game's pretty damn good.
It is hands down the worst Metal Gear game to ever come out.
See, but that's from a Metal Gear fan, because for me, it's the best Metal Gear.
Right, but you have to remove the title from the game because that's not what it is.
Yeah, for a fan, maybe it's off, but for me, that was the best Metal Gear game.
Right, but play all other 9 iterations of Metal Gear, and that's the only one that's different. That's the one that doesn't fit.
That's true.
That's not Metal Gear.
I just didn't like the others, though.
Right, but what I'm saying is you don't like Metal Gear, you like this game.
It was the game for everybody.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of like Revengeance.
At a certain point, it has to be, because you got to sell copies of it.
Yeah, I don't think that's the kind of games that he's interested in making, and I think that doing that to Metal Gear that's probably why he split from Konami, because he said, you're going to take this thing that people love and you're going to bastardize it, right? It's great if you can sell it to everybody, but it changes the game, right? If somehow Uncharted became like, for now and evermore, was pick a game style that you hate, right? It was a stealth game strictly, right? And you fucking hate stealth games. You would never want to play Uncharted ever again. And I might go, hey man, this is a great Uncharted title. But you would go, but this isn't like any of the rest of them, so it's Uncharted in name only. Right? It has the same characters, has the same name, but there's nothing about this game that makes it Uncharted beyond the arbitrary stuff. That's how Metal Gear 5 is. But the names are the same, the title's the same, but everything else is garbage. Everything else is some other game that would have been really good had it been titled something else.
Not garbage. You just don't. It's not a Metal Gear game for you, but that game, it's a good game.
Yeah, the game's not garbage. That's not what I mean. I just mean, like, when you put that title on it, you take a... To me, it ruins the potential of what that game could have been had it been titled something else.
I don't disagree with that. I think that game would have done better.
It would have sold 1 million if it had a different title.
Yeah, if it was not called and you did not play as that character. Because I personally think he's a pretty unlikable dude. Snake is a pretty unlikable guy. Especially that Snake. So,
John is like one of the most...
statement altogether.
Yeah.
The fact that there's more than one bothers the shit out of me.
Right, but that's the thing. Like, this story doesn't do any of the stuff that is Metal Gear, right?
Right, but if that game had come out and you were somebody else, and maybe just a little less...
Well, you are somebody else.
Like a little more...
You're not even Snake in that game. Like you're like a body double.
Yeah, but I mean, that's fucking stupid. But if you're just a different character altogether, and it's a little less rigid and mechanical, because it still feels kind of mechanical to me, I think that game does fucking incredible.
You remember that game called there was a military shooter back in the day that...
While you're thinking, if you could replace Snake's character with like a Nathan Drake style character and make it a little less rigid, that game is something that lives on for lots of years.
Yeah, but I think you have to have a story that suits the ability to like drop in and drop out of a mission
good enough
situation.
Even without a story, that game could live on.
Yes,
because I didn't take in the story with this one, and still sunk 20 hours into it.
I just don't think that you can attach an IP that needs a story. I don't think you could put Uncharted on the Metal Gear 5 engine and have a good game.
I think you take a character like that, that's likable like that, and you come up with, even if the story's not great, but a story, I think that game could have lived and done well.
I think Metal Gear 5...
Or maybe even better, because the Metal Gear name turns people off that aren't in the Metal Gear.
See, I think it would have succeeded as like a sequel to Vanquish, right? Make it a run-and-gun shooter where you can drop in and drop out like that.
Yeah, I don't think it felt like that for me. It felt like a new thing.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, like, try to attach an IP that isn't unknown, right? You can't put Nathan Drake in there because you expect story and character
I wouldn't want to
development.
do that either, but put a character
Right.
that's fun. There's nothing fun about this.
Yeah.
Put a fun character in there, a guy that you like.
Yeah, because to me, it was like if you took Just Cause and made it grounded and realistic, right? It was like Far Cry in third person.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like more than anything. So
We got to move on.
yeah.
So if you're a
I'm
cheater,
I like
you're playing
the story.
video games, how many strikes do you think you deserve?
You get caught,
I know
you're
that-
done.
That's what Bethesda
Yeah.
thinks.
I know, and I love it.
They announced that Overwatch, one strike and you're out. Anti-cheating.
Not
Blizzard,
Bethesda,
yeah, sorry.
Blizzard.
Yeah,
I think
Blizzard.
you said Bethesda, right?
I did, but I meant
Okay.
Blizzard.
Okay.
No cheaters. If they catch you cheating, you're fucking done. You're not going to ruin Overwatch for everybody else.
Here's what they said on the forums. If a player is found to be cheating or using hacks, bots, or third-party software that provides any sort of unfair advantage, that player will be permanently banned from the game. Full stop. Not only does cheating undermine the spirit of fair play that all of our products are based on, but it works to diminish the fun and enjoyment of others.
I'll tell you
I
what,
think
Overwatch,
every anti-cheating policy should be just like this.
Overwatch
This
is
great.
getting it right.
Yeah,
Right.
they are.
Not only
Right.
are they stellar gameplay, like they're doing it right with creating a community before that game even comes out.
Yep.
The beta was hugely successful. The gameplay is spot on, and then they say, "Hey, you're not going to be a piece of shit either when you play."
That's right.
Right.
Because you know what happens to pieces of shit? They get flushed down the motherfucking toilet.
They lose $60 because their game
Bye-bye.
doesn't work anymore.
Shooter McGavin eats them for breakfast.
Yeah,
That's right.
this is a good story for gaming.
That's a great story for gaming, and every
Yeah.
company needs to consider future releases. Or fucking change your policy now. I
Now-
don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Now, I will say though,
Come on, 2K.
If they're going to say this, they have to be absolutely sure that they can weed out cheaters.
Right. They have to be able to prove that you're like using a lag switch or
Right.
using some kind of hack. But I mean, come on, Grand Theft Auto Online, Rockstar, get in on this.
You know
2K with all your sports games, get in on
You know
this.
what? I don't have a problem with a temporary suspension until it can be determined.
As long
Yeah,
as
I
that's
think
the
that's
case.
fair. Yeah, but as soon as it's determined that you cheated, you're fucking out.
And you get
Right,
like
but,
some.
but I think it
and they
doesn't
can
need to
give you
be
some
that
coin-
like
they can give
enough
you some
people complain
coins.
because you're really good that you get banned.
Right.
Yeah, but I think that's where you have to go. Hey, we're gonna you message the player and say, hey, we're gonna 48-hour suspension. We're just investigating your account. Mm-hmm. Sure, that sucks.
But it also can't happen every week though.
Right. Well, I think that's where clearly they keep a record
have
and they
to
say,
do
hey, this
this
guy's
right.
People are reporting this guy on.
We've investigated them twice and nothing happened. We didn't find anything.
Right. So now maybe we should investigate the people who are reporting him.
And I think it goes on to say, like, just keep in mind, some people are really good.
Right.
Like, some people have just invested a lot of time in these games. So I just think as long as this is done right, this is one of the ballsiest and most badass moves in a long time.
But however, like in
I
the
agree.
Division with some of the problems, like player versus player, a person with a shotgun from across the map, barely registering on your screen, one shots you in the head like it's a sniper rifle. That's a hack.
Yeah.
That's a hack. It's obvious. People teleporting. That's a hack.
Yeah.
You know, these things are obvious. And they leave a trail. So it's not like they're impossible to find. So I'm not as worried about this as about false accusations as you guys may be. I understand it's a possibility, but I feel like with Blizzard taking the steps to put out this policy, they're going to do their due diligence in following it. I think you have to.
Yeah.
And I think they know that.
I'm not very worried about it. I very much believe in that if they can make a controllable system, that they will do the right thing.
Right.
So I think it's just all a matter of them developing the right system. And I think if they don't, then they'll say like, hey, this isn't working the way we thought it did. We're going to have to reevaluate.
Yep.
All right, we're going to skip the next story, and we're just going to go to Assassin's Creed trailer came out for the movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a quick quick being the key round table of what we thought of that, and then we're going to move on.
Hot garbage. I'm done.
Okay?
Pleasantly surprised.
I will say it looks like they spent more money than I thought they would have on this movie. And I will leave it at that. Exciting announcement. If you made it through all that news, been overwhelmed with knowledge that we just laid on you, we're going to give some shit away next week.
Boom!
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, giving a gift away.
A little present. We're giving you a present.
So, on next week's podcast, we're going to announce the winner to this contest. And you think, what is this contest? It's probably something hard. It's not hard. It's easy.
Have you met us?
Yeah. So, tomorrow, maybe even later today, a tweet will go out. It says we're giving away a copy of Doom 1 for Xbox One. All you have to do to be eligible to win this is retweet that and follow @game_Stitch on the Twitters. So go ahead, follow us, wait for that tweet to come through, and as soon as it does, retweet it. That will enter you into this contest. That's all you have to do. One retweet, one follow. Potentially 2 clicks. Gives you a chance to win this game. It is Xbox One. We will pick a winner. We'll announce it on next week's podcast, where we will announce another contest that we have coming. 2 things we're giving away. One now, one next week.
What?
But we'll announce the winner of this week's on next week's podcast. All you have to do is watch for that tweet, retweet it, follow us, and you are eligible.
These listeners might think we start giving a shit about them.
Woo! Now, I do want to say a special thank you for this gift, for this giveaway.
Present.
This present.
This present.
Yeah, do a couple more times.
We're going to give you presents.
It's real weird. When
It's so weird. It's so creepy.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, because whatever that voice is giving me, I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You don't know what I got.
But listener to this show, Garrett Wade, a friend of ours, through this podcast, he supplied these codes to give away to us. So, special thank you to him. But be sure to tell your friends, tell your buddies, tell your pals about this so everybody can have a chance to win it and we can give away cool stuffs.
We salute you, Garrett.
@game_Stitch, retweet the tweet. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
Do those 2 things. You do one of those things, you're not fucking winning. You do none of those things, you're not fucking winning. You do both of those things, you might win.
Boom.
Pretty simple.
Easy peasy, keeping it sleazy.
Somebody came to you and said, I need you to wiggle your finger twice and I might give you a game. You do that, right?
Yeah, for sure. For a free game, hell yeah.
That's what we're asking for right
Actually,
now.
no. I'd be like the rest of the people in the world, and I wiggle my finger 4 times because I'm a fucking moron and can't follow directions.
Hey, you want to retweet it 3 times, you're still entered.
Yep.
We'll let you wiggle your finger all you want around here. Still entered. If you have questions, comments for the show, or you're just confused about this contest, write in podcast@gamestitch.com. Make sure you do so as quickly as possible, though, because this contest will end by the time we record next Sunday. So we record at 8 o'clock on Sunday mornings. You have until then to retweet this out. Central Standard Time. Don't be a douchebag.
Are we going to, we'll
No.
DM the winner? Is that right?
Yeah, we'll DM the winner.
Okay, cool.
With their code. This is a digital code. You're not getting a physical thing. Obviously.
We'll probably give them a little mention on the podcast, I would imagine.
Yeah, next week's podcast we're going to say that.
We'll probably say, hey, so-and-so won.
Yeah, we're doing that, but we're also going to DM them their code.
Yeah. So we're your Billy the Kid. We're going to make you famous.
Yeah. It is completely random. We'll pop it in a generator, and it'll pick a winner for us. So all you have to do is follow us and retweet that @game_Stitch and retweet the contest tweet.
Right. Completely random unless we don't like you.
Nope. Don't say things like that. It is completely random. Just tainted the contest a little bit, but do those 2 things.
Even if we don't like you, you have a chance to win. Better?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Shouldn't even have to say any of that, but
it's
you
acceptable.
did, right?
I like to make it. I'm about clarity.
Right.
I like to make things clear.
This is called the Contest of Doom.
I like that too.
Twitter edition. Hot tweet edition. It's time for our newest segment, Gone But Not Forgotten, where we reach back in our gaming past, we dust the game off, and we toss it out there for you to grab and hold and love. This week it's Matt's turn.
Oh, I thought it was your turn.
Oh shit, it's my turn?
Yes.
It says it's your turn.
I know it says it's my turn.
Well, goddamn, I
Dan
don't
went
have a
last
game
week.
selected.
It's your turn. I went last week.
I don't have a game selected.
I will go then.
Do you have
I'm
one?
ill prepared.
Because I have one.
I have lots, but you went last week. It's weird if you go again.
Oh, there's no such thing as too much me, my friend.
Yeah, but if you blow it all here up front.
Wrong. I was going. Go ahead.
You sure? I mean, you can.
Yeah. No, I'm positive. You do your thing.
Okay. I'm going with a game no one's ever played.
Awesome.
We'll find out.
Well, I told you guys about it.
So it's both gone and
Did you?
forgotten then.
Right.
We need to change the whole.
But it
fucking-
shouldn't have been, right? I'm going with that hidden gem, Aqua for the PS2.
No.
Oh yeah, I definitely haven't played this.
It's definitely a really good game. I won't be able to do it justice on this podcast. That's why I need everyone to go to YouTube and watch some gameplay for Aqua.
Probably ranks right up there with fucking Farming Simulator, huh?
No, Aqua is really cool. Really neat idea.
Not to be
Published
confused with
by-
Doki Doki.
Here's how you know there's a problem. This game is published by 3 people.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's got 2 developers and 3 publishers.
Okay.
Imagineer, Square Enix Europe, and the 3DO company.
Okay.
It's a puzzle game. It's a sequel to Wet Tricks. If anyone ever played that, you probably didn't. But it's a weird puzzle game where these water droplets fall from the sky, and you have to contain the water without it spilling over. The idea is not to lose any water.
Okay.
So as the water falls down, you have to align it in a way that it's not running out of your map. That's why I'm saying I can't do it justice, because that doesn't make any sense at all.
Wait, why are you collecting water?
It's the point of the game.
Oh.
It's called Aqua.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but like feed the cows. For
Oh yeah, I don't remember the story. I'm sure there's a reason.
Diffusing it into water in your
Yeah, I'm
home?
sure there's a reason. So you get these things that lower the land, and then you get the water coming that falls, and you want to try to put it in these pools you've made. Some lower the land, some raise the land. So it's like Tetris, but with water containment. So these pieces come down from the sky, and it may be fire, it may be like lower land, raise land, it may be water, and you have to place it in the map.
Okay.
Now, does it go in a specific spot, or can you?
You can put it anywhere on the map.
Just to make it so that you can. Okay.
But let's say your water's barely contained, and the next one that drops is a lower the land. You've got to put it somewhere.
Right.
So you fuck around and put it on the edge, and now all your water breaks loose, and you have to hope that you get a raise before it starts running off your map.
Gotcha.
It's very simple, very kind of goofy, but it's fun, and it gets super deep and hard. But you should watch videos.
Now I know why Ryan likes this game.
Yeah, who doesn't like something that gets deep and hard?
Because he
right?
loves it when it's deep and hard.
I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to say you're wrong. Because you're not.
You're goddamn right I'm not.
You should watch. You should check out some gameplay. It's a good game. Fun game.
I may check it out.
Yeah.
I may not.
That's our Gone But Not Forgotten. If you have one for us, write in at @game_stitch on Twitter and use the hashtag GBNF, just like Enjoy Our Teabag did. Enjoy My Teabag. And his game is, hold on while Twitter loads.
Ghosts and Goblins, I believe.
I think that's right. Yeah, nope. Ghouls and Ghosts
Ghouls and Ghosts.
is his Gone But Not Forgotten. Ghouls and Ghosts. Anybody play this?
Possibly.
I have a vague recollection of it.
Yeah. Like, I know the name, but I don't know the, I don't know.
I don't think
guess
I did.
I don't know.
I don't think I played this.
It's on the Genesis,
Side-scroller
I think.
platformer from Capcom,
Right.
released in '88.
On the Genesis,
Okay.
right?
Yes. It's ported to a number of other platforms.
Yeah.
Arcade, Atari, Commodore, Sega Saturn, PlayStation 2, Super Graphics Master System, Mega Drive, Genesis, Virtual Console, ZX. Yeah, so it's been on a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
It's made
I
the
do.
rounds. I don't think I played this, but it looks cool. It looks like an old school, it looks like a Castlevania, old school side-scroller. A lot of people throwing spears. Some big green knight mech-looking monster with horns.
I know. I got a big giant devil guy sitting in a chair. I'm guessing it's a throne and that's Satan.
Kind of looks like, if I didn't know better, this might be Rogue Legacy I was looking at pictures of.
I think I've played this game.
I'm pretty sure I played it too.
I don't know if I did or not.
But I don't think I progressed very far.
Here's another monster thing. Huh. The dude's wearing like a...
I have played it because you lost
He's in his
pieces of your
boxer
armor.
shorts.
It was one of the first games to make you so you lose pieces of your armor.
So is Maximo like the sequel?
I don't know.
You might be right on that.
Let's get over to the wiki.
Got your wiki hanging low, bud.
What?
That's right.
Ported to a number of other platforms. It is the sequel to Ghost and Goblins and the second game in the Ghost and Goblins series.
So then,
I have played this game.
Yes.
And then Maximo is the third part to that.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
there you have it. If you have a Gone But Not Forgotten title for us to check out and talk about, be sure to write in to @game_stitch on Twitter and use the hashtag GBNF, or hit us up at podcast@gamestitch.com through the electronic mail, if that's easier for you.
Yes.
It shouldn't be, but if it was, do
Electronic
that.
mail is so cool.
Yeah. It's new hotness. You want to follow us on Twitter? I am @Podcast Ryan. Dan is @Tellhorse2002, and Matt is @Podcast Matt. Like we said several times, follow the entire show @Game_Stitch. That's going to get you halfway there to being entered to our Contest of Doom.
Contest of Doom.
That was creepy. I was letting it soak in for a second.
Doom.
Doom, doom, doom.
Your soul is mine.
We
I don't
end
like
each and
that.
every show with a segment we call One Final Thing with Uncle Dan. This week is no different.
Matt, you hate the movie Batman Begins.
Yeah. Well, I don't. I hate that one probably
least?
the second least. I think. Yeah, I think I hate that one probably the least.
Okay. Well, I happened to catch it on one of the cable channels this week. TBS, one of them. And it was at the part where he's catching Carmine Falcone in the yard, in the shipyard.
Right.
And I was just thinking, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of a Predator 2. And then it occurred to me that every single Batman story, if you looked at it from the view of one of the criminals, every Batman story is essentially Predator.
Yeah, I get that.
Mind blown. Now I want to watch Predator and Predator 2 again, because Predator 2 is like Batman Begins. And Predator 2
Right,
sucks as a movie.
Except for he's not like, taking people's heads and cleaning their skulls and, stuff like that. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
And branding them.
Yeah, kinda.
Not in Batman Begins, but in BBS.
Yeah.
BBS, DOJ.
What the fuck's
Right.
happening right now? You having a stroke?
It's just abbreviation city when it comes to Batman
I
movies.
couldn't catch anything
They
after Vacation Bible School.
Matt knew. Matt knew what I was talking about. Matt got it.
Vacation Bible School. That's exactly what it is.
That's what I heard. VBS.
Yeah. BVS.
Yeah.
So yes, I challenge everybody to read
Figure
a
out
Batman
what the fuck you're talking
comic
about.
or view a Batman movie, whether it be animated or on the big screen. I want you to look at that from that different perspective of the view of the criminals, and you're going to find that before too long, what you'll be screaming is, "Get to the chopper!" I promise.
What did you say? BBS?
BV.
BV.
Batman versus Superman.
Oh, I thought it was BB.
Dawn of
yes, like
Justice.
a big beautiful superhero. Or something like that.
Nope.
This has been episode 175 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. Thanks for listening. One final time, if you want to be entered into the Contest of Doom, follow @Game_Stitch on Twitter and retweet the tweet that should hit, we say Monday morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll
Monday
just schedule
morning.
it to go out when the show does.
Okay, Monday morning, 6 a.m. Is that good for you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Monday morning, 6 a.m. Look for the tweet. It will say the Contest of Doom. To be eligible for your chance to win a digital code for Doom 1 on the Xbox One. And that will go up Monday at 6 a.m. All you have to do is follow us and retweet that. You'll be entered to win. Who doesn't like to win?
Losers.
It's all some people do.
No, losers want to win too.
Yeah, that's true. You think there are people out there who just like get off at losing, though?
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. There's people that get off on everything.
Right.
Oh, weird.
I mean, not
It's
like
true.
everything, but like everybody's got a thing, is what I mean.
Yeah.
Like mowing
Okay.
grass, probably a fetish for somebody.
Wow.
Not me.
Yeah, not me either. Has the opposite effect on me. Super flaccid the whole time I mow. This has been episode 175 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. We will be back next week. Same time, same place. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Nighty night, motherfucker. That's how you said that, Dan. It's real creepy.